and things like that. But I don't do that anymore. Wants to avoid social situations such as school functions, parties, etc. Well, yeah, I don't like going to those places. Why? Because I'm a target. I stopped a bully one time, and I wasn't going to hit him. I was going to tackle him. He was bullying these boys. He was standing, scaring them. He's a head taller than them. They were 5th graders, and he was actually should have been in another school. He was a 7th grader. And so I just walked up and stood in front of him. Now he had to look up to me. What are you, some kind of teacher? But I didn't answer him because then I start talking too much. And I had seen a documentary about these Indians in some country that they don't talk. I mean, the white men showed up with their cameras, photographers and stuff, and the Indians just stood there. And they didn't say one word. They stood there for I don't know, maybe an hour, you know. But they were very intimidating, these little Indians, you know. But so I was trying to intimidate the boy, because then if he, you know, I said, no, I got fired for being a substitute teacher, so like then I would have talked too much and I would not have been able to intimidate him. So then I wrote to the principal and said, if this guy comes back and shoots me, just name the school after me, you know. Let's see. Complaints of no friends or simply has none. I used to have friends, very few, but in the United States, everybody lives far away from where they work. Like if I live here, then my friends live that way, and so like we never get along, get together again. So my only friends were really just a Tai Chi group. And then it was mostly about Tai Chi, specific. The discouraged child 13 looks sad. Not me though, because I'm not going to waste my time making a sad face. 14 has no purpose. I do have a purpose. I have dreams for when I move out of here. I've been here, I think, 7 years. 2006. Well, I moved up here in 2005, October or August. However, well, that's 2013. Well, I don't know how you figure it out. 13 minus 5. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Alright, I'll say 7 years. So, what happened is, I do have plans for when I move out of here. However, I'm going to be in the same difficult situation. Like right now, I'm not able to move out because I don't have any money skills. So that's the problem. Has no purpose. I do have a purpose even while I am here. The only reason I am here is because of the purpose that I do have. Alright, I have one purpose here. Doesn't do his best. Well, I used to be a perfectionist, like when writing a school report. But now I said, just get it done. And I saw a video right now about a guy that did a startup company. He says, no matter what product you come up with in the computer technology, 5 years later, people will, even you yourself will say, wow, how silly it was. You know, it's such a cute little product back then, but now it's so far behind. It's not the best, and people say, yeah, I was the one that invented that, you know. Like the iPhone right now is so, I haven't used it. I've used the iPod Touch, and it's so, every day for several hours a day, in fact all day long I use that thing. It's just incredible. However, in the future, I know the iPad's got to be better because bigger screen. However, in the future, there are other things will be better. Has no purpose, doesn't do his best, associates with peers that are a bad influence. Now, with that one, I did pay attention to my parent, my mother. She said, don't make friends with the young people, because don't talk to them, because you don't know if they're going to be with the drugs or take the good path. Don't talk to the old people, because they'll give you something and they have a memory, something wrong with their memory, and they forget that they gave it to you, and then they say that you stole it, and the police will believe the old people. Don't talk to married women, because they're married and they have jealous husbands. And who else is left? So basically I had nobody else to talk to, because the one guy that said, he visited my mom, I don't know, he was doing something, he said, do you teach your son about men and women, or boys and girls, and birds and the bees? And I looked at him, and then she said, oh yes, I teach him about it. And then I was thinking, such a lie, because I know nothing about it. I didn't know girls didn't have testicles, all right? I didn't know they didn't have a penis, I mean, until I was 16, you know. It's amazing. It's like, yeah, I read the book when I was earlier, but it didn't register. It was just a book that we were reading. That's why you got to stop and ask questions about whatever you're teaching your kids. And that's why my children are more intelligent than the others their age, because I asked them questions. What did Lincoln do? I don't know. All right, what did John F. Kennedy do? Well, I don't know. I mean, to them it's just somebody in a book, right? So I tell them, what does this other relative do? And then they're thinking of some other relative. No, they're different relatives. This one, he blows up ships. And then he says, he does? Yeah, that's what Grandpa told me. So I said, so Krushev sent some ships over with some kind of bombs, nuclear weapons, and Kennedy told him to send them back. And then I'm pretending, right? And then what did your relative do? Pretend, all right? This is just pretend. And then Krushev said, I'm not turning them around. And then Kennedy says, the ships will blow up in 10 minutes. My frogmen have taken care of it. You know, I mean, this is pretend. I'm sure the frogmen probably could do that even back then. But I don't know if when a ship is moving, I don't know if they could have done it. Yeah, why not? But who knows? Maybe that ship, you can't get near it. Or so anyway, we have all of these conversations, UFOs and everything included. 18 or 17 uses excessive behavior. Eating, watching TV, being alone, etc. Now that is true, but that was my stepdad. All he did was eat and watch TV and be alone. So what do? I eat, I watch videos, I'm alone most of the time, except when my son and my dog are here, and sometimes the spouse comes. Very short visits. Well, I'm right next to the dryer. So I'm right next to the dryer. If you note several of these symptoms, okay, acts excessively compliant and submissive. I used to be very compliant, very submissive. And in fact, people wanted to start fights with me. I used to just walk away, or just what was the other word? You win. So what? So you punch me and you win. Big deal. And so they're like, I'm not gonna fight you. I mean, I didn't look like a strong man anyway. So Many times, I remember a couple of a wrestler. He said, "Nah, I don't want to wrestle you. I mean, what for? Waste my time." I said, "Okay, better." He was a co-worker. Excessively compliant and submissive. If you note several of these symptoms occurring for a week or more, refer to 20 ways to enhance your child's self-esteem in this workbook. If they continue to persist, talk with a counselor. It is not always apparent when a child is discouraged. However, if you look closely, you'll see little signs that your discouraged child is communicating to you that they need some extra encouragement to feel better about themselves. And then Positive Discipline by Dr. Jane Nelson. She says that the discouraged child is, the misbehaving child is a discouraged child. So you need to encourage your children. Enjoy.